Dramatic new video shows just how close a wildfire came to a home in western Minnesota. Firefighters there say it is the fastest moving fire they have ever seen. Thanks for joining us on air and streaming on KARE 11 Plus. I'm Julie Nelson. That fire broke out midday Saturday in Lake Benton, about 3 hours west of here, when most of the state was under a red flag warning. Jennifer Hoff has more on that fire and the overall risk. Jennifer?
Julie, in fact, the DNR just put out even more restrictions today as the fire season persists now until early June. The woman whose home was at risk in that video sharing now the best piece of advice that she's since learned after having to evacuate in mere minutes.
The sound on surveillance video, deafening. To see through that wildfire smoke, impossible, but smelling it was Teresa Jorgensen's first clue something was wrong.
That tells you something's gone awry because nobody should be having anything lit.
There were red flag warnings across much of the state over the weekend, including Lake Benton, where Jorgensen lives, backed up to a hill as high as 2 football fields.
I knew I needed to evacuate because whatever was coming was coming.
High winds and even higher temps put the western Minnesota town at risk, fueling the fire Jorgensen said moved 10 feet every second.
Do I grab my computer? What do I grab? What is my livelihood? And it was terrifying. But had I not smelled the smoke and I would have been downstairs, it would have been too late.
2 days later, the damage is deep. An exclusive look by drone from the sheriff's office spread across 130 acres. Firefighters from 5 departments would battle.
The ground was still a little damp in a lot of places, so it slowed it down just enough and gave us just enough time to get there. So, yeah, we were lucky.
Spraying down trees and spot fires, Jorgensen says saved her property, seen barely spared even from the air.
They were taking care of our community, and they are heroes to me.
A lot of luck and a stark reminder. Wildfire season is just heating up.
It came that fast.
Now, Jorgensen says her biggest takeaway, make a fire evacuation plan, and she says everybody should do that. Meanwhile, the DNR says it is still restricting open burning in more than 24 counties. The moisture this week, it'll help, but it won't be until all of that vegetation really greens up, which again is about early June, before that risk is really all that low again. Julie?
I can't imagine how terrifying that is. You look out how close that was to her house, how close she was to being hurt or killed. Do they know yet what started that fire?
No, the sheriff's office said they don't have an exact cause yet, but at least they said they don't think that it was started intentionally, that it was started on purpose at this point, but certainly still more of the investigation to go here.
All right. Thanks so much, Jennifer.